Now, when it comes to implementing SEO recommendations, I think this is an area where I think this is the difference maker with brands, because the recommendations, the analysis, the strategy, all of that is all great, right? But unless it can be implemented, you're not going to see the results needed. However, when it comes to implementing recommendations, SEO recommendations, it requires the different departments, developers, copywriters, etc. How does a brand influence different departments to give a damn about SEO when individuals don't give a damn about SEO?
Yeah, so I think it all comes down to who you're speaking to, in terms of who brands are speaking to. Like, for example, if the digital marketing manager speaks to the copywriter, I think the copywriter is going to be a little bit more bought in compared to the developers in the IT team. Mm-hmm. So I think the easiest way to get people to care is to start with something you both agree with. So you would hope that the developer cares about the site growing in traffic, right? Mm-hmm. Because if not, then they're probably in the wrong job. So that's something you can usually start with to get some kind of agreement with the developer, and then that starts the conversation on the right foot. And it's like, okay, well, we both agree that we want the site to grow, we want the business to do better. We've got this recommendation in for the website to help it grow, and yes, you still may face skepticism, but one thing I've noticed is that developers respect numbers. So I guess if you put your argument across, not that you want to argue, but if you put your case across, starting with what the opportunity is for growth, and you also sort of state any kind of data evidence as to, like, for example, the IT team at Saga, which I'm sure you know quite well, they wanted to know, what evidence was there that improving CWV was going to increase our rankings. So I did a load of data science work showing the relationship between all the different CWV metrics, such as first input delay, CLS, and with ranking. And I not only showed it for Saga, but also their competitors. So I was able to show that as you decrease the delay for, say, FID, your rankings are higher by 2 positions on average. Now, 2 positions doesn't show much, but as you know, 2 positions is quite a lot across a lot of keywords for a brand. But they got it instantly, and they were a lot more bought in, and there was a lot more motivation because they could see numbers. It's not because they hate SEO; it's because that's the way their mind works. They're incredibly empirical in the way they work. Whereas I think a lot of our industry, I'm both an empiricist, as in I like to get data, but I'm also a rationalist. I like thinking experiments as well. And I think, although SEO as an industry is becoming a lot more data driven, I think it started off as a more philosophical rationalist type. I'm not saying it was all 100% that way, because even 20 years ago, a lot of the best SEOs were testing their ideas as much as possible. But I think we're just now becoming a lot more open to the data science aspect into the way we test things.